What is up, guys? This is Brandon with Brick Sense in a very, very special video. Today's video marks my 100th video. I will be honest, I never thought it was going to happen. I don't know, you start this journey and you have big aspirations of being this big guy. And I don't want to be this big guy. Everybody always jokes when I start talking about being a YouTuber that, oh, you're gonna be Mr. Beast. I don't want to be Mr. Beast. I don't want to be Brixie. You know, Brixie has a massive following. I don't want to be M&R Productions. Like, that's not my aspirations here. If this thing grows and someday I earn a paycheck from YouTube, that's awesome. But it's not why I do it. I love sharing the information. I love interacting with the kids and the adults that I've met because of this. I love that people get to come in and see my Lego collection and we build that bond around Lego. So me becoming a big deal has nothing to do with why I'm doing this, but I think about those first like 10 videos and how hard it was and how I mentally made it into this thing that it was so terrifying, it was so scary. And finally, when I decided to just hold the camera to my face and start talking, it all became a lot easier. I've talked about this before. I would love to have all the fancy doodads and uh, graphics and all that. I don't care at this point. Um, I just don't care. It's growing, and that is exciting. To hit 100 videos is a big deal. To keep that persistency up is a big deal. Uh, I look forward to what's coming, and 200 videos seems very realistic all of a sudden. So we will see what happens from here. But anyways, here is what I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna talk about my wish list. 100th video. Let's talk about Brandon's dream list. So let's see. I'm gonna count them really quick. I meant to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 22 sets. These are like my proverbial white whales. There's one that I want more than anything else, but they're all ones that I want desperately. And maybe before my 200th video, maybe I'll have some of them. Maybe I'll have all of them. I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to flip this around and we're going to talk about these sets. All right. 22 sets. Here we go. All right, guys. Here it is. This is my white whale. The Ghostbusters Firehouse. I want this set so badly. I grew up at a time when Ghostbusters first came out, and I remember watching the cartoon, watching the movies, playing with the toys with friends. It was good times, good times. I didn't care so much for the girls Ghostbusters, although it wasn't bad. But the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 are iconic. I enjoyed Afterlife for what it was. And I look forward to seeing what they do with it from here on out, because it made money. They're going to do it again. All right, number 2 on my list. So this is my white whale. Like, this is out of 22, this would be ranked number 1. The rest of them, they fall in no particular order. So number 2 on the list is the old fishing store. I actually have that guy right there. I found him in a bulk lot of all places. Still have him. Haven't done anything with him, but it's kind of cool to have him, but I wish I had the whole thing. So it would go really good with the lighthouse, and yeah, I'm excited to keep trying to get these. All right, number 3 the Quickie Mart, and I'm gonna make a caveat to this. So I have the Simpsons house. It is not fully complete, so I need to get the Simpsons house, and then Quickie Mart is up there. It might be in the top 5, truthfully. This is one of my favorite sets, and I haven't watched Simpsons since I was a high school kid, but to think that it's on like its 30th season is just nuts. Alright, so the cafe corner. Now we're going to get into a lot of the modulars. I have the newer modulars. I do not have the older ones. So I need to play catch up like so many others do. Bless those people that started from the beginning and have them all. I get to overpay now. So that's exciting. Alright, the pet shop. Right, this is a detective's office. I'm sorry. So the detective's office. This isn't one of my favorite modulars, but if you're going to have the modulars, well, you got to have them all. Fire Brigade. This actually is one of my favorite modulars. This is just a neat, definitely a neat set. I love the American flag up top as a veteran. I fully support that. I love the details of the hats, or the helmets right there with the axe and hammers. Keep going on my wish list. The Grand Emporium. So I actually don't know much about some of these modulars. I've never looked at the inside. And the modulars that I do have, many of them came built. And the reason for that is because of how I got them. So I just didn't have time to take them apart, build them. There was like 7 of them at the time. I just threw them on Mill's place and away we went. So the greengrocer, obviously this one it's expensive. To get this one, you're talking, $1,000 to $1,500 if I'm not mistaken. Before I actually post this video, I'm gonna put the price tag of everything that I want on the list, so you will have seen that before I do, in a way. So the Palace Cinema. So this actually is my favorite modular that I do not have. I love this set. I just think it's so neat. I love the brickwork on the top, or I don't know what you want to call it, the roof right here. I love how they have the movie posters on the side. So, Town Hall, this is another one. This is a pretty expensive one. I've seen entire cities like built around this one, so that's kind of neat. All right, here's the pet shop. I told you it was on the list. It was just in the wrong order, so. Sorry, talking too much. I stopped to take a drink of my Mountain Dew. Name drop. All right, so here's where we get into some other types of sets. So Jabba Sail Barge. This is a set that I have always wanted. Unfortunately, I've never had as many Star Wars things as I've found over the years. It's shocking that I haven't run into this. I feel like I've run into almost everything else. So, number 2 on the Star Wars list is the Jabba's Palace. Now, here's the funny thing. I actually had this. It was new in the box, and I sold it because of a investment in my wife's college education. So this is on the list. We'll get this at some point. We have the Rancor pit. I finally broke it open. But now it's time to get the Jabba's Palace. So this is the other one I sold. So I sold this Imperial flagship in order to help my wife through college too. It was well worth it. Now we get to have fun finding them again. So, all right. So this is probably another one of those ones that's in my top 5. The Black Pearl and Queen Anne's Revenge. That's going to come up here in just a minute, I believe. But I love the Pirates of the Caribbean first movie. All the rest are okay, but the Black Pearl and Queen Anne's Revenge, it's just so they're so iconic looking ships. You know, in the pirate ship world, it's fun to. I would love to have all the ships, but we're gonna start with these two. So let me close that tab here. Go Queen Anne's Revenge. I told you it was on the list, and it wasn't far away. So those are on the list. We'll work through it by all means. All right, let's see what else. All right, Vader's Castle. So this isn't actually like on my list per se, but this is on my son's list. So we will have to collect that at some point. All right, the Brick Bank. Okay, this is the last of the modulars that I wanted. As a former financial advisor, I believe that this is a must-have. A bigger bank would be cool. I would love a bigger bank, but we'll start with this one. And then Captain Rex's ATTE. I just think this is a fun set. I love Rebels. I love the Clone Wars. I love Rex. I've probably talked about this before, but I guess I'll talk about it now if I haven't. If you have not watched, if you are a Star Wars fan and you have not watched the Clone Wars and Rebels, you are missing out big time. And what you need to look at the chronological order for the Clone Wars. It is you really have to jump around to make it make sense, but I am so convinced that Rebels and Clone Wars deepen your emotional involvement within the Star Wars universe. The movies are good. I'm not taking anything away, but I think certain movies become better because of the Clone Wars. I look at episodes 1, 2, and 3 very differently because of the Clone Wars. I look at Anakin Skywalker becoming Vader very differently. Ahsoka is, in my opinion, Ahsoka is almost one of the most important characters in the Star Wars universe because of her friendship with Anakin. Like, I think she could have saved him, but you need to watch the Clone Wars to know what happens there. She could have saved him. She could have saved him. And we got the Ahsoka show coming out in August. So, but Clone Wars, Rebels. Then I was gonna say the Resistance show. It was good. It wasn't as good as the other two cartoons. So, it definitely adds some things to 7, 8, and 9. It isn't groundbreaking by any means, but anyways, talked about Star Wars way more than I intended to. So that being said, I'm getting text messages while I'm talking to you. So that's my list. This is my dream list. This is video 100. We will see how successful I am at getting these before my 200th video. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your support, and I am so excited to be on this journey with you. If you've watched one episode or one video, or if you've watched every single one, I appreciate you. If you subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, please do so. And yeah, I love building this with you guys, and we will see you next time, my friends. All right, bye.